Everything is a culture. Love hurts why I hate.
Yeah, what up? This your boy Alley Cat.
And I'm Twin.
This is the culture.
And right now, today, you know we constantly trying to bridge the gap between the older and the younger. That's what we focusing on today.
Today, and that's what we do. We in the community of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. We in the bar boutique, black-owned business. You know, you got to support. And today's topic, stemming from last week, is education.
That's right. So we're going to focus on school today. So we're going to do a round trip of, you know, who's your favorite teacher, you know, the history of school, all that good stuff for you today. So let's get it started. As far as like, do you remember your favorite teacher when it comes to our culture?
Honestly, I do.
Okay.
I remember, I had more than one favorite. I had a third grade teacher, Miss Graham. She was kind of rough on us, but she made sure she steered us in the right course. And then I had Miss Goson, I think that was my sixth or seventh grade teacher. God bless her soul, may she rest in peace. She taught us a lot.
Do your favorite teacher relate to the color of the teacher?
Yes,
what color
she was
was
black.
Teacher? What's her background?
Both of them was black. Black,
Wow.
independent, single women.
Right.
I mean, you know, Miss Graham, she had a son. He was in the service. I kind of remember certain things. He came in, did 100 push-ups. You know,
that's good. That's
you
good.
know, and taught us things. But she always stayed on us.
Nah. For me, actually, my first black teacher came when I got to Megas Ever College. Before that, it was just a plethora of white teachers. But for me, it started late when I turned 18. But you know, for the people who did get it before that, that's a good thing. You know, and schools start with that because you got to see somebody similar to yourself. You know what I'm saying, in order to achieve anything. If you could see that teacher in that spot, you could achieve at those same goals, don't you think?
Well, you know, yes, you do, because it's somebody from where you're from.
No doubt.
But 9 times out of 10, a lot of the school systems back then, in that era,
Right.
a lot of teachers was white, and they also always told us we wasn't gonna be shit, and we wasn't shit. I mean, I remember that from a few teachers.
Not from a few, definitely, who you know just go there to pick up the check, you know, just to show up and leave, and not make sure the students succeed. Definitely.
So based on that, I mean, you know, the school system is somewhat related to the military and in jails.
Yeah, so we're going to get to the history of that.
Yes.
But getting back to the teachers, right? When we reflect on, you know, our favorite teachers or teachers in general, right? Teachers must meet students where they're at. So a lot of, you know, black kids, once they get to the school, they may not read at a 4th grade level or 6th grade level. It's important that the teachers meet the students where they're at, don't you think?
Well, meeting the student where he's at. I mean, if the student fails, then the teacher really fails. It's not the student that fails.
Because the teachers like to stay at that grade. So if a teacher's doing 6th grade, they just like to teach 6th grade material. And a lot of times when, you know, kids get into a certain grade, they need remedial math, remedial reading, and stuff like that. So it's important for the teacher to be more than a teacher, to meet the students where they're at.
Well, it goes back to what I just said. I feel that teacher to student, student to teacher, if a teacher is teaching and the student fails, that teacher then gravitate to that student and then teach that student the way it needs to be taught.
No doubt.
So, you know, that's not the student failing, that's actually the teacher failing. Because the teacher needs to understand that child. And yes, it's 30 children, because back then classrooms was overcrowded
No doubt.
of the sort. And education, you know, and did we really get education? Did we get the education that we need?
Does the teachers really fail you? Who's the first teacher?
The first teacher starts at home.
Definitely.
And, you know, and starting at home will be your parents. That's who should be your first role model.
No, definitely.
Do you agree?
No, I agree with that. It starts at home because when you're born, the first person to hold you in arms is your mother. So that is your first teacher of life, period. You know what I'm saying? So
And nurturer.
No,
Because
definitely.
teachers should be nurturers as well.
Nah, they should be.
They could
should
be any
extend.
place in the world,
Yeah.
but they chose to teach you, and a lot of them don't get paid a lot.
No, they don't. They
Yeah,
don't.
so-
And that's why we're grateful for our teachers, and they need to extend. How about extending outside the school? Because schools extend outside of that building into the environment. Should the teacher take hold of that? Because students may have personal problems when we talk about our favorite teachers.
I mean, teachers should always be caring and concerned. If the child mind is not where it's supposed to be, it's not going to gravitate to the learning process.
No
What's
doubt.
going on?
No doubt.
So I do agree to that.
No, I agree to that too. So let's move on, right? Let's get back to the history, because you mentioned a little bit of it, right? The history of school, the structure of school. What are some of the structures we could talk about today involving schools?
School, I mean, the disciplinary structure. And within that is, you know, the bells, the ringing, the lining up.
That's right.
Standing in order.
That's some of the
staying
military.
in place.
Right.
That's military, and that's also in jail.
Yeah, definitely. Because you
know.
put them in size order, you rank them from tall to small, right? Or when you look at the structure or the militariness of it, the bell ringings when a dog is used to a bell ringing. So when he hear the bell, he used to go running for the food. It's the same thing.
The ringing of the bell, like on a farm.
Yes, definitely. And actually, school, the etymology of it is in Latin. It means shul. It usually means go to hell. So a lot of times they would say, I'm going to hell today, which is school. But back to the history, right?
Wow.
Where did the structure of the school started today, the form of it, the way it looks, where did it come from?
I don't know. You tell me. What's your outlook on it?
Well, first of all, it's a European system, and it have come from modern day Germany, which they used to call Persia back in the day, right? Which they set up a military school because a lot of times when there's that war, a lot of the military people didn't know what they was doing. They wasn't on the same page. So they created today's system type of school back then so everybody could learn and be on the same page when they go to war. So this is where the modern day system come in today.